Hello. Today I'm going to do a little bit more of a personal sharing, and I guess it's going to be a little bit more of a life update, just to let you know things that I'm doing and how I'm feeling. I don't tend to share content like that too much on this YouTube platform, and I don't tend to share that much personal information, especially in regards to feelings, I guess I could say, on really any of my social media platforms. I tend to like sharing, I guess, some little stories with pictures of art, which sometimes convey certain, levels and layers of consciousness and feelings. And yeah, that's always a really nice, I guess you could say, metaphorical way of expressing. But yeah, I guess the YouTube channel really hasn't had too much of that personal information sharing, and so let's just dive into it. I'm going to first talk about the doing aspects, the doing of the human doing, and then I might go a little bit more into the feelings, which I guess is more of the human being. And so, yeah, the human doing things. Well, I'm still playing music with my partner. We still street perform occasionally. I'm still doing my Reiki and sound journeys with clients, and I'm still teaching sound healing courses with my partner. We're also, my partner and I, continuing to do our off-grid workshops, gatherings. I'm continuing with my work and my volunteering with other small music and lifestyle festivals as well in this area. And I'm continuing to practice bringing that higher consciousness into the office environment in which I also work in. As you know, I don't discuss too much about what that is here due to potential judgments. Just unnecessary for me to really disclose too much of that in this moment. And just, again, bringing the things in which I do in all areas of my life into each other, the other parts of the areas. Not that everything's sort of separated, but it can be to a certain extent. So it's nice to be able to merge things and bring skills and understandings into different parts of my life, which I'm really enjoying. I'm continuing obviously on with the plant-based lifestyle, the eco-conscious living, as much as I possibly can while I am living in the city. I'm still living in the city of Brisbane. And I guess that's pretty much my doing in a nutshell. I'm still continuing to do a lot of movement. I'm still loving my yoga, running. I'm doing some, small resistance sort of trainings, in my home, all that sort of stuff. It's just stuff that I've been doing for a number of years, and continuing also my sober lifestyle, which I really am finding it's bringing me so much more benefits as the years go on as well. It just really helps with the attunement of my own essence and my own centeredness. So yeah, I'll definitely keep continuing with that, that's for sure. I guess, feeling space. So to be honest, I'm reasonably content most of the time. It's especially with my immediate environment and being. Of course, one cannot always say that when it comes to the external environment of what's happening in maybe in another place, in another world or another community somewhere. But within my immediate environment, I'm very content, and that's really, I can't control, what goes on in areas that far outside me, but it's not that I'm in control of what goes on in my own internal environment, but I am much more of a creator within that, if that makes sense. It's a continual reminder of life's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And so just choosing how you wish to respond in every moment, instead of, especially with the feeling space, instead of the denial of the feelings or the attachment to the feelings or reacting to the feelings just need to be felt, and then they just will be released, usually, right? So, I guess to go a little bit more into some of the feeling space. Yeah, so my biological father, he passed nearly 2 years ago, and not quite 2 years ago, but about 18 months ago. And I've had 2 nieces that have been born in the last 18 months, and I'm not able to get back to those places physically. I still have my family waiting for the final ceremony that we can conduct for my father, and I haven't physically met my nieces yet. And so I live here in a different nation to them, nation with quotation marks, right? And I don't have any family around me. I didn't really know anybody when I moved to where I am at this present moment. But that's a lot of trusting, right? I can stay in this nation for as long as I want, as long as I abide the legal rules. I'm not a permanent resident. I'm not a citizenship. I'm in some kind of weird category of a visa in which I can stay for as long as I want. But things like financial support from like government or social security is just not an option. And that's okay for the lifestyle in which I've created. It just further enforces that I've got to be rather independent and entrepreneurial, and innovative in the way that I keep continuing to receive and give, I guess you could say, like financial abundance and my own wealth. But it's not just my wealth, it's wealth of my community and etc. on and on, right? So I haven't seen a lot of my family since the last Lemonade Festival, which would have been about January 2019. And I've sort of said to them already, many of them, that it's unlikely I'll probably be able to return for a visit until about maybe 2024, 2032 at the latest. And that's just the patience game, waiting for, I guess, the evolution of consciousness in certain parts of the world, about certain areas of people's individual lives and communities and whatnot, and how that all just sort of unravels and unfolds. At the moment I'm not able to find an airline that can even fly me from the nation in which I reside in currently to the nation in which I need to go to visit the family. So it's just a bit of a patience game, really good skill development in that. And I guess the whole looking at everything of, what's it trying to teach me, then, oh my God, this thing's happening to me, it's the worst thing in the world, kind of just helps put things into a different perspective, and you're able to obviously integrate and respond much more centered and authentic to that. So that's probably the main thing that's taken up a lot of my emotional space in the last couple of years, but I'm well aware that it's a very minor thing compared to what many other people have gone through in the last couple of years, and but it doesn't negate the fact that there's some family things that I need to attend to, and I am having to wait on supposed rules from supposed organisations and governments to make changes in order for me to get to places that I will have to, and that I do desire to go to. And I guess there's a lot more I could say. I could share more about the family situation and the custody arrangements of the nieces and all of this sort of stuff, but I very value the privacy of my other family members. And excuse me while this airplane flies over. Well, I'm pondering on how I can't get one to fly me where I want to go. Oh, the symbolism in it all. That's okay. So I think that's all that I feel comfortable sharing here on this platform. Curious to know what growths and changes you've been experiencing in the last couple of years. You're welcome to leave that in the comments section down below. And if you feel like you need to reach out to me for anything else, you're more than welcome to. I have other social media platforms on which you can contact me on as well, and message me if you feel it's more of a private conversation, etc., etc. So that's the end of this vlog, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.